It's the Thursday. Guess what? Time to trade Forex. Just like yesterday, only different. Jose Ray Day. Yeah, I know this guy. Well, it's a guy I know's father. Hey, good morning. Hey, good morning. Let me remind you that trading Forex is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hello, my name is Wayne, and I like to do drawings. We do these Forex trading strategy sessions every day, Monday through Thursday at 7:30 in the morning, New York time, which is approximately London lunch. And I keep wanting to sneeze. Ugh. And every Friday we do the session at fxstreet.com, where I am Forex Speaker of the Year. Thank you for all those votes. I appreciate your loyalty, and I'd love to have the award. Why not? Why not, huh? So it's really cool. Let me give you some eye candy. Oh, where are my notes? Where did my notes go? Hello, notes. Okay, let's review. It's a Thursday. Oh, by the way, I said CAD would move yesterday, right? How'd you do on the CAD? Yeah, it's only 300 pip move. Mm-hmm. All right, hang on. Let me go to the notes. So, where in the world are we? S&P 500 has been going up. That's good. Chasing the oil. Euro stock's currently flat. Crude oil up a whole percent. Yeah, breaking the $50 barrier. Cool. Hey man, I said it can go to 55 or 60, but I just don't think it's going to 75 or 80. Okay. Do you remember also talking about peak oil yesterday? Who remembers that? Where I talked about the time I did 50 years worth of research to figure out when oil inventories top out, because that is the key story, isn't it? That we hear about. Oh, there's so much oil in Cushing. There's so much oil in Cushing, Oklahoma. There's so much oil. There's no more space to put any new oil. And so just yesterday, I said, hey, well, we're getting to that point where like the next Wednesday is June 1st, right? So anyways, we huge drawdown yesterday. Hey, called it. So I know you were ready for CAD since I teed it up, and it was good. Very, very nice. Very nice. So I'm happy for that. So crude oil still up. That's what happens when inventories go down. 10-year T-note unchanged, 1.87 on the yield. DAX up 0.5%, FTSE flat, Hang Seng, whatever. USD yen, it was up, then it was down, and it's back up again, so nothing happened. $1 trillion changed hands, but percentage-wise, nothing happened. All right, let's recap the Asian session. Australian private capital expenditures, CapEx, negative. Wah, wah, wah. Japanese PPI, as expected. South Korean consumer confidence, a little less than expected. I don't know anything else. Oh, one thing to note for the Kiwi, um, the Fonterra dairy guys, you know, they they reviewed their forecast for dairy prices, and they reaffirmed that they got it correct, that the no changes need to be made, and which is a good thing, right? They didn't cut their outlook further down. So maybe, just maybe, just maybe, just maybe, it's bottomed out too. I think you remember in February and March we were talking about, you know, perhaps a bottom has been hit for all these different commodities. Well, when you look at things like CAD yen and Aussie yen and Kiwi yen, they have the ability over the last couple of days to make new lows, and yet they haven't. That could be a J low, huh? Be very interesting. So anyways, Fonterra announced that it's maintaining its 2015-2016 price forecast. Current global inventory levels and economic outlook of major dairy importers among risks to its outlook. The chairman of the organization still expects prices to improve over the season as production is reduced. So what happens to that? That's good news for whom? For whom is that good news? Ooh, do, do. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. How do you make money? It's like the crop report. Do you guys remember watching that just a couple of days ago? The crop report for oranges? Well, Brendan, it's not necessarily whether it's good or bad, it's relative to everything else. So, if that's the bottom, then we have a floor established in the market, and price can only go up. There's one logic. Okay? So if this is the worst it gets for New Zealand, then this is the blood's in the street, and it's time to start buying, right? So, you know, I don't know, I'm watching this area. Can it get any lower? Yes. But what if it doesn't? Okay? Now, eyeball this. This is a daily Kiwi yen. Oscillator coming down. Price not making lows. Hello, hello, hello. Right? Isn't it supposed to kick off this 21 and drop, 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 drop? Right? This day, you know, yesterday should have been a lower low, and today should be a lower low than that. Hua? I mean, how many times do you want to hit the 21 and not drop? So what if, holy smokes, eh? What if that's our floor? I'm not saying it will be. I'm saying you could have a trade plan. And you could be eyeballing it, right? You're welcome, Ryan. Like I said, I like Cuban cigars. I like Southern Rhone Reds, like Chateauneuf de Pape. I like fabulous bourbons. Fast cars, pretty women. Don't send cocaine in the mail. Zulu wife. Yeah, I miss David Pegler. We used to make lots of jokes similar to that. Yeah, you're right. Don't be stupid. You're right, Richard. Sorry. So, anyways, right in there, huh? Maybe, just maybe. So, how do you eyeball this? Okay. If it's going to fall, it's got to fall in here, right? If you were going to bear this, where is it going to fall, right? So, if you were a bear, you would sell it somewhere in there, wouldn't you? I mean, it's just kind of factual, right? 74.14. Well, there you go. Now, how did I know that, Miles? If you're a bear, how would I know that? Amazing, huh? So, isn't that part of the trick, guys? You're not trying to outsmart the rest of the market. You're trying to read the market, right? You're just trying to figure out everybody else. You're not trying to outsmart them. You're just trying to figure them out. So if it's going to make a low, it has to do it here. But what does it mean if it fails? Means the market's dead. You could probably delete the 2155. You notice that we're losing volume and volatility here with the Bali bands. Mm-hmm. So, time to make some decisions, my friend. Okay. And of course, in your fundamentals notes about fundamentals, you're going to include the Fonterra dairy auction um, annual outlook. So, again, when you're sitting down with your billionaire clients, you can just say, hey, well, I'm thinking about getting us back into some Kiwi. I've been reviewing the fundamentals out there. And in fact, I've been looking at dairy, global dairy prices. And I believe we've hit a floor there. And they're, New Zealand and the percentage of GDP as far as, dairy related exports could really benefit from stabilization in those prices. And they're like, really? Have you seen the lactose prices? Yeah, you can even buy lactose. Isn't that weird? Have you been watching powdered milk prices lately? By the way, what do they use powdered milk for? I suppose the question is, what don't they use powdered milk for, right? Oh, you're bringing what? What are you looking at? 69 and then buying it? Maybe. Okay. So it's one of these things like I don't know if it's going to go up or down, but I know where support and resistance is, and then you can prepare. And if it bounces at support and you're a bull, maybe you should get involved, right? All right, let's take a look here. So how are we doing? This is the daily chart. And we have this going up from 105, and I think our target's 115. Is that right? A little bit of consolidation here around the big cycle level of 110. So this is 112 to 113, then down back to 110, and then back up. Could be a rabbit, could be. You guys got it? So we're just stuck in here. So I wouldn't say we've broken out yet. So it's struggling around the big cycle level, that's all. So we'll see. I mean, obviously this is a key area. Okay. Nice recovery on that drop, huh? So we got to be careful because this has been respected before, right? People keep selling it around 110.50, but they keep buying it down here, right? Miles, are you talking about this USD yen? Yeah, maybe, Alan, right? We have to pay attention to that. That's why they invented stop losses, right? You're going to need, I'd like to have it so that you're in profitable trades, and the only thing that can take you out is a central banking policy change. In particular, the one that is like an all-time low. You know what I mean? But you're like, other than, the only way you can get knocked out is if the central bank manipulates the market. You're like, yeah, otherwise I'm golden. Okay. Oh, the Kiwi? I'm more recommending you come up with trade plans and pay attention. So you could trade you could, let's say if you're a bull, you could buy a dip or let it break out and catch the pullback. Well, Miles, I don't consider it waiting. I consider it working. So do your analysis, identify your support and resistance levels, look at monthly, weekly, daily pivots, look for clusters of those, look at cycle levels, just do the work. Start putting plans together. Remember, if the market's moving right now, it's not a plan. You're like, oh my God, look at that! I gotta trade that. It's not a plan. That's a reaction, right? When you're walking through the jungle with your platoon, and you hear something in the leaves, it's usually not a good thing. Hey, what was that? Um, yeah, surprises are not good, right? If you're the one that's been in the jungle overnight and you've set up lines of fire, you've set up booby traps, you've set up defensive positions and claymores, right? Um, it's better to be the one that's prepared, right? You know what I mean? You're just sitting around waiting for the enemy to walk in. But sitting around waiting isn't the way to win, is it? Having prepared. Pity the fool. But anyways, enough with the military analogy. But reaction, especially a whole career of reaction only, is not the key to success. So here we are, still moving up, getting ready to test these highs. Now somebody a couple of days ago said something about the stock market crashing, and I poo-pooed on that. Whoever that was, if you are thinking about the crash, I would think more of it now. Okay. Okay. Because you're getting closer and closer to like resistance levels, right? But I'm a bull. But that's pretty because remember, most people make money in an upward moving market. Most people win on the way up. You notice one thing, it's slow, it's a slow, deliberate climb on the way up, and then fast drop. And then slow, deliberate climb up, and then fast drop. Then slow, deliberate climb, and then fast drop. Right? It's 5 times faster on the way down. Huh? Yeah, Miles, but I've seen them hold positions for, over a year. Also, people's retirement accounts are not leveraged. And if, so like George Soros might be wanting, an 8% drop. He might be happy with that. An 8% for most people would be nothing, especially if only, let's say, 50% of their net worth is in stocks, right? And they're like, oh man, we're down 4% for the quarter. Like, who cares, right? Oh, Miles, no, no, there's different mechanics on the, okay, there's different things going. So, no, I wouldn't say that's true, Miles. Okay, no real change here on gold, right? Okay, so we've hit the weekly target already. Last week we hit the weekly target. The week before we hit the weekly target. The week before that was an inside week. The week before that we had a weekly target. And then that's it for pivots, but Royal blue. Where's Dodger blue? That sounds nice. Come on. There you go. Oops. Dang, man. You got to be careful. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. So gold is just doing its thing. Okay. Doing its thing. You know, my target is down here at M1, if you remember, 1200. So we still have 25 bucks to go before we hit our target. Okay. And that's probably where you would want to do like a head and shoulders type thing. I'm just gonna throw in the psych level instead of I'm gonna make the right shoulder lower than the left. And 66 down, so that gets us down to here. Okay. Which I think is probably going to be pretty close to 50% of the up. Yep. Sure enough. Alrighty. Thank you, gold. Piggy, 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 can't you see? Sometimes the woods just hypnotize me. All right, so one of the things we talked about Monday. The plan here, remember just to help you recall, I was disappointed that it didn't bounce off the weekly pivot point, that it came down to the lower one. All right, came down a little bit and then went up. But if you may recall on Monday, the target was here, 147.42. We hit 147.40, so we missed it by 2 pips. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, but if you entered at 45, you right now are sitting on 200 pips, and you're hoping to get 250 to a maximum of 300. How does that make you feel? Okay. The problem is I don't really want to sell, or I really don't want to buy that one as much as I prefer pound yen. So let's take a look at that. Let's change to weekly pivots. What? No weekly pivots? What you talking about, Willis? Let's do this one. Okay, so on Monday we covered the buy zone for bulls is the central pivot to M2. There's a psych level there at 158. Okay, you might have bought this bounce at this pivot cluster, which is 59. Remember, 100 pip stop on a pound yen is nothing. You get chunks of corn in my. Anyways. Target is 163 to ideally 164 because there's a monthly. It's the monthly target, and it's Friday's going to be the last of the month, isn't it? Anyways, the monthly target and the weekly target are basically 164. Your entry, and this is what I love about the pound yen, is like 158 or 159. So let's play it conservative. 159. What? That's 500 pips for the week if we can get the target. Currently, you would be let's call it 162. You know, you're up 300 on this one and 200 on the pound dollar. What do you think about that? Insane in the membrane. Insane like Wayne. Insane in the membrane. Insane just like Wayne. Okay, so that's that. I don't know where I got my. What should we do? What else is going to benefit from a stock market going up? You know, let's take a look at Euro USD. Made 800 pips on those two since Tuesday. Oh, there you go. Don't worry, Ryan, you'll get better. You're probably just fatigued. Just relax, dude. Relax. Remember, past performance is always irrelevant. It's what your next trade is going to be. That's most important. You know, how about like, let's say you're new to investing. You want to be a money manager and you're going to invest into emerging currency traders. What, statistically speaking, and if you guys know Jack Schwager, who wrote Market Wizards, he's actually he used to be a guy that used to pick CTAs for investment firms. He would analyze their stats and then make recommendations to the firm on which ones to hire and which ones to fire. And so, if you review the book on investing into, you know, money managers, one of the absolute total mistakes you can make is investing into someone that's done well recently. So, whenever you have a good week or a good month, remind yourself that all of it's irrelevant. All you can do is pat yourself on the back and say, you know what, that was good analysis. But remember, you didn't make the money. The market made the money. The market moved, and you were not dumb enough to bet against it. So that's good, right? It's nice to know you're not that dumb. And you know, you just gotta humble yourself as much as possible and say, well, thank God I'm not that dumb. that I didn't bet against the whole thing. That you simply bought in when the market went up. It's not that, you know, it's not that significant, right? There's no Nobel Prize for Forex traders, is there? Right? So you say, well, that was good. The market moved and I was on the right side of the market. Nice, cool, right on. You know, thank you, pivot points. And remind yourself that the cliche is you're about to give a whole bunch of money back. And it's usually because you think you've got it figured out and you're smart. And you're like, man, I'm so smart. And then you're going to go out there and by you, I mean everybody does this. Now that you're so smart and you're so gifted and you've been chosen by the gods, that now you're going to go out and outsmart some more people. You're going to outsmart some hedge funds. You're going to outsmart some central banks. And how long is those smarts going to keep going your way? Eventually, and usually it doesn't take long, the market reminds you you're not that smart. In fact, you don't have to be smart at all. You just have to not be stupid. Right? And so again, statistically speaking, if you're an investor now, not a trader, so let's say I have $1 million and I want to give 10 of you guys $100,000 to trade. I'm going to look at your stats. Do I want the guy that's lost money 3 months in a row? No. Now, what about the guy that made money 3 months in a row? Okay, that'll be interesting. What about a guy that's up 50% last month? No, you probably don't want to take that guy. Oh, but he's up 50%. He's going to be down 50%, maybe more. So, don't follow up a 800 pip week with brilliance. Just always remind yourself, the only thing that happened was you bought and the market went up. Did you have control over the velocity in which it went up? No. Unless you kept adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. And pretty soon you had what? $250 billion long? You're like, no, I had like 5 mini lots on that sucker. Boom! Take that, pound yen. I'm going to add another mini to this, and it's going to go up through the next level. Another big figure, right? Yeah, so you're not really helping out. We're more observers than anything, right? So cool. If the market went up and the velocity was good, that particular day, pound was strong, yen was weak. And the pound may not have been the strongest, the yen may not have been the weakest, but it went up. And there's things like average daily ranges and stuff that worked in your favor. And okay, things worked out really nice, very nice, cool, right? But I always recommend, your mantra when you sit down and you're booting up your computer. You don't tell yourself that you're smart and you're brilliant. You don't say, I'm going to, you're eager to make a lot of money today. Golly, that can be bad, right? And while your computer's booting up, you say, today, I am a professional Forex trader. Today, I'm patient and I'm disciplined. I buy at support, I sell at resistance, right? Today, I will not blow up my trading account. Thank you, Andrew. And then you're like, oh, the charts are up, and you start planning tomorrow's trades. If you boot your computer, load up your charts and start looking for trades, you're going to say, hey, what was that noise in the bushes? Walking around the jungle looking for a firefight? Oh, what? That's your strategy. Uh-huh. It's like driving around Baghdad looking for IEDs with your Humvee. Keep driving, dude. You'll find one. Yeah, exactly. Diddle-ding, diddle-ding. Some are born silver spoon in hand. Durable goods coming up. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. No, no. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Weekly jobless claims as well. Very nice. Kitty Cat got strong there just over the last few minutes. Now it's flipping. Oh, dang it. New lower low. Nice. So what's the number? Let me get that. Sorry, too many things going on. So 3.4. Holy smokes. 3.4. If you're looking at core, only 0.4. But that means somebody's buying some cars. Is that it? Durables X defense. Plus 3.7 versus 0.6. Oh, what the hell was that? What the hell was that? Jobless claims? Did I miss something there? Not bad. No, nothing seems to be up. That looks like something else is going on. I don't see it yet. Nothing on TV. Bloomberg at commercial. Rick Santelli talking about something. Jobless claims look fine. Orders look fine. Why did this just pop? Maybe Deutsche Bank just got nationalized. Boy, that's a really crazy spike for this news. It's euro related. No, it's not. Well, look, euro dollar moving, pound dollar not moving, USD yen not doing that much. Dollar index did drop a little bit, but not that much. This is all euro USD. I'm looking at Aussie USD not much, USD CAD not much, Aussie yen not much, CAD yen not much, Kiwi yen not much. This is all euro USD. What the hell is that? Yeah, somebody threw down something big right there. Holy smokes, huh? Well, stick to your plan. The funny thing about setting up an ambush and waiting for your enemy is sometimes your enemy fights back. So what was the plan? Oops. No, I'll leave that. It ain't me. It ain't me. Ba-doop, boo, ba-doop. Oh, is it? No. All right, no. All right, hang on. Did I miss something? Maybe it's like a daily pivot or something. I got weekly over there. Oh, did I? No. Okay. It would be in here. It ain't me. It ain't me. Do 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 do. A DM3. Wow. Tight. Well, lots of overreaction So let me go back to durables. Let's do our fundies here. The big here is durable X defense. So what is that? Cars? Wow, what does that mean? Does that mean Ford Motor Company is going to do awesome next month? Yeah, Lucas says hit daily M3, but it shouldn't have reacted that way. Somebody just took a huge amount of profit. Why do I know it's profit? Because they're not in it here, right? Because you can see whoever wants to keep selling it is selling it again. So someone came down here and boom, there's a big order to a limit to take profit. Yeah, it must have been Ryan. He had 6 minis and a micro. Ah, man, I'm clicking on everything wrong today. Come on, Bubba. Let's see how people are going to try to play it. Is someone going to trade it like that? Doesn't feel right because it doesn't feel like it's proper news. And I'm looking around. There's no correlation on this. Remember how you remember this thing on my desk? Let's see if this works. I don't know. Let's see if this works. I got a scooch. Can you see that? It's not sparkly. I need a light. Let's see. Ooh, you see that? I keep that on my desk. It's sparkly. It's too bad you can't see. There we go. It's sparkly. You know what that is? Fool's gold. Sometimes the key to success is knowing when it's fool's gold and when it's real gold, right? Well, that kind of feels like fool's gold to me up on the charts. I keep it on my desk. I used to have a framed picture of Curviel. What was his name? Jeremy Curviel. You guys remember that guy? He was the worst trader in the world. I think he actually went to jail for lying about it. And so I actually I cut out his photograph, and I went out and I got a nice frame, and I framed it, and it used to sit on my desk. I have it somewhere. Not the Rogue Trader, but it's a similar fashion, right? Um, and so, anyways, I used to have it up high too. I used to have this big shelf way up high, and anyways, he'd look down there, and I'd remind myself every day again. My mantra as I was booting my computers and stuff, I'd look up and he'd be looking down on me, and I'd say, "Today I'm not going to be like that idiot. That guy's right. That guy is the worst trader in the world, and I'm not going to make his mistakes." Right? I'm just wondering if we can get lucky enough. Let me find something for you. Hmm. Interesting. All right. Well, let me try something else. Man, I'm trying to find something on FX Street. Oh, okay. I think I found it. Let me see. Oh, here's my old office 10 years ago. It's a little shot because it was a new home I had just moved in, so it's not the nicest. Let's see. Look at, let me zoom in. I ended up putting crown molding in this room. It was beautiful when I was done. I was hoping it's on this desk. I don't really see it. It's not a very, it's hard to see, isn't it? It used to be right here next to the bullhorns. It's too bad. Anyways, uh, so it's not there. I'll have to find. I saw it the other day. That's why I remember it. Oh, sorry, I just killed it. It's on FX Street. Uh, Tabista, why don't you send me a couple emails with links and I'll take a look. No, email. No, don't send it through here. All right. So, anyways, there is a reaction. As you guys know, the way you trade high volatility news through event-driven strategies is you buy the dip somewhere between the 382 and 618. So I don't know if you bought the dip or not, but if you've read my book, when you approach the line in the sand, which is here, it's actually a little bit higher, but because of the M4, I do it here. Your stop should be at break even. It's called the bayonet trade. Thank you, Debista. By the way, I know someone that is out your way climbing mountains, and he had to get special insurance because he's 80 years old, and they're like, we just don't take 80-year-olds on 3-week hikes over top of mountains. But okay, but you have to have special insurance because you get an 80-year-old up to the top of a mountain and all of a sudden he dies on you, and then everyone's got to drag him down, right? But he's always like the he's like the first or second one up to the top. But he said his Sherpa is just work is bad. Nobody's climbing mountains anymore. Sherpas are just devastated. right? All right, look at that. Oh, right off the M4. Good. Good. Good, you scum bucket. But we'll see what happens. I don't want to get involved in this trade. Holy smokes. You guys know poker, right? If you can't figure out who the sucker is, then you're the sucker. I kind of feel like I'm getting suckered into something here. Doesn't feel right to moi. Canada responded well after the news, and Canadian CAD yen is doing fairly well as of late, which is nice. Dollar index is kind of up and down after these durable goods came out, and we're kind of basically neutral. So I'm wondering if USD CAD can make another move down for the day. That'd be pretty cool. I'm all right with that. Yeah, Richard Branson up there, eh? Hey, Richard. A friend of mine hung out with him on Nectar Island after they did a TED Talk. I'm like, what? I must have missed the invitation. Did you send an evite? Because that kind of sounds like awesome. So there's our pig dog, made its way to the top. We've looked at it. Every time we look at it, it still looks good to me. S&P 500, charged up to the line. This is going to be a very interesting day. I think it's going to come down to oil. What do you think?